Breaking news into CNN, ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos has reached a settlement with President-elect News anchor. Breaking news into CNN, ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos has reached a settlement with President-elect Donald Trump in his defamation suit. The lawsuit stemming from an interview that Stephanopoulos did with Congresswoman Nancy Mace, where he asserted Trump was found liable for rape in a civil case. The network will pay out $16 million as part of that settlement and have to issue an apology. CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter joining me. And Brian, this is actually a lawsuit with ABC News, the network, and Stephanopoulos.
I'm so glad. I'm actually so glad that this happened, because this puts the whole world on notice. All you news networks that are extremely biased, that just go online and go on these TV networks and say egregious stuff 24/7 about things that are absolutely wrong, and by the way, things that are totally wrong, making people look the worst that they can possibly look. I'm so glad that this happened. President Trump deserves the apology. He deserves, I don't think he cares anything about the money, but he's the simple fact that they are going to apologize to him for what they put him through, especially ABC. ABC is garbage. ABC is actually, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, it's so biased, especially when it comes to politics. It is extremely biased. It's 100% Democrat, 100%, and it's not even like they don't even try to like cover it up. It's like 100%. They're either 100% Democrat or they're just 100% anti-Trump. Because the way that they put him and drove him through the mud this year, it was actually unbelievable. But let's continue.
What else can you tell us about this?
That's right. It's not every day that you hear about a major network, a TV network, paying millions of dollars and apologizing to the president-elect. So this is a headline with real ramifications. And as you said, it stems from an episode of George Stephanopoulos' Sunday morning news program, where he was talking with a lawmaker, I think it was Nancy Mace, and they were talking about the E. Jean Carroll case. And George Stephanopoulos repeatedly used the word rape, saying Trump was found guilty of rape, liable of rape. Well, in fact, the accurate phrase to use is sexual abuse. That is what the New York court found. But because Stephanopoulos kept using that R word, rape, Trump filed a lawsuit. He filed a defamation suit. We've talked a lot in recent years about people using the courts trying to seek justice. Remember the Sandy Hook case against Alex Jones? Well, those defamation kinds of cases can also be filed by someone like the president-elect. So Trump filed a defamation suit. It was working its way through the courts. ABC was unable to get it thrown out initially. And actually, in the next few days, Trump was set to be deposed in the case. But ABC is avoiding going any further by settling. They're paying out $15 million plus $1 million in attorney's fees. They say this is going to go to a nonprofit, basically to Trump's future library. That's the idea. But maybe most importantly, Jessica, ABC is also apologizing, issuing a statement of regret. I'm just looking at my computer to get the exact wording here, but ABC is going to say, basically attach an editor's note to the website saying it regrets, and George regrets the statements. Meanwhile, an ABC spokesperson tells me they are pleased to have reached this settlement, but it is very notable. They are both paying out money to the president-elect and apologizing for the misstatements on the air.
Can we not give it up for Trump? Can we give Trump a round of applause? This is just something that he deserves at this point, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. I know there's a lot of Democrats out there. You know, the rhetoric has stopped since he's been elected. But I know that there's still a lot of people out there that want to see this man dead and gone. I don't know why. But for those that still appreciate what we see in Trump, I gotta give him his flowers. I gotta give him his flowers, man. He stood against the battlefield, and he's still standing now, man. So I gotta give it up to him. ABC, I gotta give it up to y'all too. Thank you guys for finally doing something that the world would want to see, and that is just being honest with the people. Y'all was wrong. Y'all have to pay out. Y'all gotta apologize, and the world will move on. We will all move on. Next time, hopefully y'all won't be super biased against certain people or certain sides. But again, it's y'all platform. Y'all do what y'all want with it. Just don't speak falsely about it. Stop coming with the fake news. Let's continue.
Certainly. And what else, Brian, does this tell us about the president-elect's possible strategy for dealing with the media going forward? We know he's very litigious.
One word comes to mind, the word emboldened. Trump and his team is going to be emboldened by this settlement by ABC, because rather than fight this out any further, rather than trying to go to trial, ABC is choosing to settle. What does that mean? Maybe that means ABC had embarrassing emails or text messages or other material that was going to make the network look bad. Remember, that's one of the reasons why Fox News settled against Dominion last year. Sometimes networks settle because they don't want to drag it out any further and get embarrassed in the court of public opinion. But regardless of ABC's rationale, and they won't say why exactly they've decided to reach this settlement, it will embolden Trump and his allies, who, as you've said, have shown they want to use the courts in order to achieve certain outcomes they want. In this case, they believe justice is being done by holding ABC accountable. Others would say this is a form of lawfare where you're using the courts to tie up news outlets and embarrass them and cost them, in this case, millions of dollars. I'm really struck, Jessica, by the dollar figure, by the way, $16 million. That's a lot of money for any news outlet to be paying out. And that's going to have, I think, far-reaching ramifications.
CNN's going to get right. ABC's going to get right. MSNBC is going to get right. They're going to move accordingly now. Because it's all of y'all been doing this. All of y'all been doing this. You know, some are worse than others, but the majority of the mainstream medias have been absolutely spewing anti-Trump messages, hate, and fake news. I think a lot of people will agree with that. Whether you like them or not, it's just the facts. You can't just be one-sided on one person when there's a whole another party that does just as egregious stuff, but we don't ever address this. We don't ever address the stuff that the Democratic Party does. Stop being biased, man. Stop being biased. Everybody has to tighten up now, man. I appreciate this, man. I really do. Let's continue, man. Let's finish this off.
CNN's Hadass Gold is here with us now to talk more about this settlement. What more are you learning, Hadass?
Well, Jessica, it's a significant concession for ABC and a victory for President-elect Trump, because he's actually had not many victories when it's come to litigation with the media. And so this is sort of a rare victory for him. Now, of those $16 million, $1 million is going to legal fees, and $15 million of that ABC won't actually be paying directly into Donald Trump's bank account, but they say it's going to go into something for a potential future presidential library of some kind for President Trump. So as you noted, what happened was this was an interview back in March with Congresswoman Nancy Mace, and George Stephanopoulos in that interview said 10 times that that a jury had found Trump had raped that writer E. Jean Carroll. Now, while the jury did find Trump liable for sexual abuse, he was not found liable for rape. A judge did say later that the claim that Trump raped Carroll was substantially true in the broader sense of the word, but not as defined by New York law. Now, Trump has denied all.
You see what they saying here again on CNN? It's literally the same rhetoric. He was not found guilty of rape. He was found guilty of sexual assault. Was he wrong? Nobody's denying that. He was wrong. If it went down the way it went down, yes, he was wrong. They found him guilty. Cool. We get it. But stop making it seem like this man raped this woman. It's so sad. It's so sad. We don't want to hear the fakeness no more. We want to hear the real. At least give us the real. it's garbage, man. This is why I don't like watching certain news networks when it comes to politics, even though I have to do it. I have to do it because I want different opinions on my channel. I want different news networks to react to. But real talk, man. Real talk. I'm glad that the American people could see past a lot of these news people and these reporters that are super, super biased towards this man. Don't get hit with a lawsuit too, CNN. Real talk, man. Don't get hit with a lawsuit. Let's finish this off, man. For real.
Wrongdoing and is appealing that verdict. But now, because of this settlement between ABC News and Donald Trump, ABC is going to issue a statement stating their regret in the online article that showed this interview. And they also put out a statement saying that they are pleased that the parties have reached an agreement to dismiss the lawsuit on the terms in the court filing. Now, what's interesting is the timing of all this, because both President-elect Trump and George Stephanopoulos were supposed to sit for depositions related to this coming week. A judge had ruled that they needed to sit for deposition. So it's an interesting timing for this. You know, as for why exactly ABC News chose to settle, because some experts in media law said that ABC News actually had a good chance when it came to this because of the high bar set for defamation in these sorts of cases, especially with a public figure. You know, it is an uncomfortable situation, I imagine, to be a news organization having such a legal fight with the president-elect as he comes in for his second term.
Anyway.
Yes, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that they would clearly. I'm glad, man. I'm just actually glad that this is a thing. I'm glad that they're holding people accountable. They're holding businesses accountable. People are not going out their way to, you know, go and harm somebody or, you know, they do talk bad about them, so I can't even say that. But at least they're not trying to go crazy. They settled the case because they knew they were in the wrong. They shouldn't have said what they said. It is defamation of character if you're out here spewing a bunch of lies about somebody in their name, just to tarnish their character or tarnish their reputation, although it is false news. That's like me getting on here and going after somebody that has nothing to do with a situation, but I'm saying to the whole world, this person has something to do with this situation. I'm just lying, bro. I'm just lying. And that's not what the people want. That's not what anybody wants. And I'm glad they found them. They didn't find him guilty, but I'm glad that they settled. I'm glad that they took their accountability. And I hope that they move on from this in a positive way to make media better again, honestly. Make it great again. Shoot, we're going to use Trump's word. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down in the comments below. I know this is a great news. I know this is a big time news for a lot of people. A lot of people are happy about this and they feel like this is the right thing to do. I also feel that way. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. We don't want to hear no more fake news now, y'all. Get that fake news out of here. Hit that like button on y'all way out. Hit that subscribe button too for y'all boy. Until next time, it's your man. Peace.